When you're in a tunnel, I know you're looking at me. I'm not looking at you. I know you're looking at me. You can look, but the look would have gone like, hey, man, there's nothing you can do. That's it. Just go home.
Okay, Thierry, we're going to take it back.
Way back.
Way back, 25 years actually, to be exact. That 22-year-old Thierry walking into Highbury.
One to this end, please. Thank you.
What were those feelings in that moment, if you can remember?
First and foremost, I was in pre-season with Juve, so you leave the hotel and you arrive with just what you have, because we were in pre-season, so I didn't have my stuff, but I had to go and sign, so I couldn't go and grab my stuff. So I just put some stuff on. You see, I think I was wearing a grey pants with black t-shirt or something like that. I was already rocking some nice trainers that everybody's. Have a look at the picture now. Everyone wearing that. I was already on point then. Huh?
Setting the style already.
Watch. The trainers were already on point. No, joking aside. I was just like, oh, my English is not great. They're gonna ask me questions. You know, you do the press conference. What am I going to say? You come after Nicolas Anelka and they won the double a bit before. I couldn't understand what people were saying in the press conference. I could work it out a bit because I wasn't bad in English at school, but you know, you just don't know where you are. I was happy that obviously Arsene was there, Manu Petit, Gilles Grimaldi that I played with at Monaco, and then Patrick was still there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have some guys that are gonna be able to help me because my English wasn't great. So it's all a bit too much at the time, you know, like, okay, you can go and sign, and everything happens, next thing you're in London, and then you're on the bench to play Leicester. You know, it happened so quickly.
But what did it feel like walking in to Highbury at that moment for you?
I remember going to the stadium and I was like, where is the stadium? Do you know, I see houses, and I'm like, you know, normally in France you arrive and you know you arrived because it's a bit out of the city, and then suddenly, boom, like I see houses, stadium. I was like, oh, okay. And then obviously when that famous entrance, when you arrive, I was like, where are we going? Are we going to a building? What is this? And then we went in, and obviously the rest is history. It was and still is for me an iconic stadium. So I was like, oh, finally I'm here. You know, that's finally I'm here, but I didn't know what was going to happen, obviously.
Well, we kind of know what happens now, didn't we? In terms of the trophies, 2 Premier Leagues, FA Cup, numerous individual honours. At what point or what season did you feel I'm on top of my game?
Yeah, 02-06. That period of time where everything happened in slow motion for me. I could see everything. Everything was slow. You know, like I could pause it. You know, I could see what I wanted to do and I was going to do it. And sometimes I was finishing well or not well or getting stopped, but it was in slow motion. You know, when you have that feeling that you're controlling the rhythm of the game, from 02 to 06, yeah, it was really special for me at Arsenal.
Can you talk a bit more about that football arrogance? Because it is that sort of that confidence going onto a pitch, that perception, you know what other players are feeling about you also.
Well, it's you know, people always use the word arrogance. I was confident. I was also confident and I knew what I couldn't do. I always said to people that, can I score a Drogba goal? Like out-muscling someone on the corner and jumping and the ball was there and he's heading the ball on the other side of that. I'm like, that wasn't me. So that doesn't mean I'm humble. I know that I cannot do that. That's why more often than not, I wasn't at the end of crosses or in the box too much, because then therefore you were going to see my weaknesses. I knew what I was, and I was very confident of what I could do if I bring you into my space. So that was very important for me. And yes, I was going to let you know, but that's the street that speaks. Of course I'm going to let you know. If I dribble past you, I would have looked at you and go like, hey, be careful. I wouldn't have said anything, but the look would have gone like, hey, man, there's nothing you can do. That's it. Just go home. So that demeanor, I think, is just a normal one. It's just a normal one that, you know, like when you're in a tunnel, I know you're looking at me. I'm not looking at you. I know you're looking at me. You can look. After 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to let you know why you were looking at me. And then I will look at you then now and go like that. Yes, that's what you wanted. That's what's going to happen. And like I said to you so many times, I got stopped so many times. We lost so many times. But the demeanor was that what you're going to look in my eyes, you ain't going to find it.
I love that. That is that psychological edge that you can have on an opponent.
It is, you know, like you can't ask me for my shirt before the game. It's just like, oh, it's an easy game today. you want my shirt? I mean, no, don't do that. But this is the stuff that I'm trying to say. And then you play against Man United, and then we're both looking at the tunnel that way. You play Liverpool also. You play big teams in Europe, and they don't look at you, because that's how it should be. Because you have to send a message to the guy in the tunnel already that when you come and you look at us, and then in the first 5 minutes or so, I'm going to let you know also why we are what we are. But that's the approach that I had always, and I know the guys that I played with had that approach, that if you can win the game in the tunnel or before the game, so be it.
So if I think back to 98, 2004, with your current Arsenal side and Manchester United, when the title was going back and forth, what was it then that made you come out on top?
Well, at one point we were playing ping pong. They had it, we had it. We had it, and so it was just that. You take something away from me, I want to take it back. And they had an outstanding squad, and so for us also, it was difficult to repeat at that moment, for them or for us.
Let's talk about the Invincible season. Actually, you won the trophy, but the Invincible prize was still there of going unbeaten. So then what gets you across the line for that, once you've already got the trophy, but then going for that part?
I'll be honest with you, Alex, we suffered. I remember Arsene came in the dressing room, guys. I almost did the French accent a bit stronger, but I'm not going to do that to him.
We'll put subtitles on.
No, it was like, it was like, guys, come on, it's important. You will cherish that later on. And we were like, what is he talking about, this guy? I mean, we won the... it's like if you ask a fighter to go on the ring after his fight. I won it. What do you want me to do there? What, to win that round a bit better? Or to not get touched? What are you doing? I won. So we were like, what? And I have to say, anyone wants to, and don't, but anyone wants to watch the Birmingham game after we won the league at the Lane, don't watch it. It was horrible. The game was shocking. Horrible. This is why people go like, why? When people compare points and compare wins and points and this and that, if we had to go all the way, we would have won more games. But we're already champion. We didn't understand what was happening. Arsene made us understand what was happening. And then I think we drew against Birmingham. We drew against Portsmouth. We won at Fulham. We just finished the season and managed to stay unbeaten. You don't understand what's happening at the time that you do it. In the history of the game, when you look back at it, yeah, Arsene was right. He thought we could stay unbeaten, and we did.
On your return to Arsenal, you played with Arteta. Did you keep in contact with him after that?
I will be honest with you, when I came back, that wasn't my generation. Those were not my guys. Understand me well, there's nothing bad, but when I came back, I don't think I played with anyone. So they were not really my guys, so I didn't really stay in touch with that group, although when I came back, I enjoyed it. But you could see straight away, with his brain, that he was going to be a coach, and a good coach if he was going to take that path. And obviously, being able to work with Pep for such a long time, that's outstanding, and that's great.
I suppose you also did have an influence because you then coached current players, especially like Bukayo Saka from the academy.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the time I was in the academy, people were talking a lot about Chris Willock, the brother of Joe, Rhys Nelson, Daniel Malen. And Bukayo was just, he's good. But it wasn't the talk of
the ones that
the academy, And so that's why I have mad respect for Bukayo. And I have a soft spot for him. He's my favorite player. He's been there for a long time. He's so nice. I never thought he was going to reach the level that we're seeing him. He's a starter for England. He's a starter obviously for Arsenal. I remember when he started at the beginning, he was playing wing back, on the left, on the right, wherever there was a position he was playing in, he was doing well. And the evolution of his game is just outstanding, because he used to be lively, to difficult to defend against, to assist, to goals, to now goals and assists. Taking pens, I challenged him the other day, you need to take free kicks now, because, you got to work a bit on his free kicks. But no, just joking aside, it's so nice to see that. And to go back to Mikel, people always ask me, how do you value a coach? Yes, obviously, ultimately is to win what we're seeing there, obviously for the Premier League. But also to make sure that people are now happy to go back to the Emirates. And even if we don't win at the weekend, people will be happy to go there and clap the season that we had. Yes, with no trophy. Okay, cool. But to be able to put us in a situation where we can compete again. That's what everyone wanted. People always ask me, Arsenal in, Arsenal out, do you like Mikel? Do you like Mikel? Do you like Edu? I said, I like Arsenal. I love Arsenal. I'm not an in or out anyone. I'm an in Arsenal. I don't, what, me, my mom, my dad, hey, Arsenal wins, I love you. They don't, you know, it's a different ball game. But I just also value that now the Arsenal fans are happy.
You've said you are an Arsenal fan, ex-players, coaches, go back to the games, you've taken your son. What is it like going from that player to supporter now?
It's real, I'll be honest with you. I mean, everyone knows the story about me coming back and scoring against Leeds. And by any means, it wasn't the best game in the world. It was the first one of the cup. But for me, it was special. It was special because it's the first time I scored a goal as a fan for a club. Like, I never played for the team I supported. It's the first time. So when I scored that goal, it was pretty special. Like, I was like, oh, that's what it is. But to go back to my kids, okay, I'll tell you something. At one point, you know, when you're a coach, you see the game tactically. And so when I go to the Arsenal games, I can't stop thinking about tactic. I don't watch it as a fan. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to.
Oh, no. Oh,
You're seeing pictures.
We should have changed. And I forget about the game. I forget about the intensity. I forget about it's for the title. But my kids brought me back to it. I'll be honest. They brought me back to just watch the game and stop over analyzing. Obviously, if you're on TV, you have to do it. But I watch the game now with my sons, and I'm like, it's still, I'll be honest, it's still difficult not to go like, oh my God, we went to a back five. Why? It's too early. Why the change? You know, I'm a fan. I'm like, what? You know. But when I watch the game with them, and as soon as they leave the room, I go back to be a coach.
Well, Thierry, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Whee!